Hello everyone, welcome to course study on solid mechanics. In today's lecture we are going to discuss the concept of loading diagram from the shear force diagram and shear force diagram from the bending moment diagram. So we have to draw the loading diagram from the given shear force diagram and shear force diagram from the given bending moment diagram. Sometimes instead of loading diagram, the shear force diagram for a beam is given. In such a case, we first draw the actual loading diagram and from that we will draw the bending moment diagram. The following points should be remember while drawing the loading diagram from the shear force diagram. So the first point is, if shear force diagram is horizontal line, then no load is acting in that region. So it means that a horizontal line between 2 points in shear force diagram, it indicates that there is no loading acting between the 2 points. Second point is, if shear force diagram is inclined line, then loading diagram is UDL one. So an inclined line between any 2 points in the shear force diagram indicate that there is a uniformly distributed load acting between these 2 points. Now third case is, if shear force diagram is parabolic, then you will observe a UVL load in case of loading diagram. So a parabolic curve between any 2 points in the shear force diagram indicate that there is a uniformly varying load acting between these 2 points. And the last step is, if a vertical step in shear force diagram is there, then a point load is acting in case of loading diagram. A vertical line in shear force diagram indicate that there is either a point load or a support reaction is acting at that particular point. So those points we have to remember while drawing the loading diagram from the shear force diagram. Remember that if the shear force diagram is a horizontal line, so it indicates that there is no load acting between these 2 points. If a shear force diagram is inclined line, so it indicates that a uniformly distributed load is acting between these 2 points. If shear force diagram is parabolic, then the loading diagram is uniformly varying load. So it means that in case of loading diagram, you will observe the uniformly varying load is acting over that particular 2 point. And if a vertical step is there in shear force diagram, then it indicates that either a support reaction is there or a point load is acting at that point. So this is the rule to draw loading diagram from the shear force diagram. Second one, we have to draw shear force diagram from the given bending moment diagram. If a bending moment diagram is horizontal line, then it indicates that no shear force is acting in that particular region. That is, between 2 points, no shear force is acting over there. If bending moment diagram is inclined line, then in case of shear force diagram, there will be the horizontal line. So it indicates that shear force diagram will have a horizontal line between 2 points. Third point is, if bending moment diagram is parabolic, then you will observe an inclined line between the 2 points for the shear force diagram. As there is inclined line in case of shear force diagram, so in case of loading diagram, we have a UDL acting over that particular 2 point. And the last one is, if a vertical step is there in bending moment diagram, so it has no effect in shear force diagram, or a moment of couple is acting in the loading diagram. So for a vertical step in case of bending moment diagram, there will be the couple acting at that point, and it has no effect in case of shear force diagram. So based on these two cases, we are going to solve a numerical. So the statement is as follows: a beam AB, that is this is AB beam, is simply supported at the ends for which shear force diagram is drawn, shown in figure. Draw the loading diagram. So what is given in the numerical? We have a beam AB, this is beam AB, and for the beam AB we have a shear force diagram. This is the shear force diagram, and from the given shear force diagram we have to draw the loading diagram. So first of all, the first step is we have to mark the point in this manner. The flow of shear force diagram is in this manner. So it will start from the left support A and it will go in this manner. It will go down, go in this way, and it will end at point B. So first step is we have to mark the arrow and it shows the flow of shear force diagram. So we have vertical rise at A. Vertical rise at A, it indicates that a reaction is acting at point A, and that reaction is Ra is equal to 11.5 kilonewton, because in shear force diagram we have a vertical rise at point A. So this vertical rise, as it is in the positive region, so we have a vertical reaction at point A. So this reaction is Ra, and the value is 11.5 kilonewton. Now we have region A to C. This is A and this is C. In between A to C we have an inclined line. So this inclined line, it indicates that a UDL is acting in case of loading diagram. The inclined line between portion A to C, it indicates that a UDL is acting in case of loading diagram for A to C, but we don't know the intensity of that particular UDL. So how to find out the intensity of UDL? The formula is, remember, you have to remember this formula: change in shear force between the 2 points divided by distance in which the change is taking. So what is the formula to find out the intensity of UDL? It's a change in shear force between the 2 points divided by the distance in which the change is taking. Therefore, from A to C, an inclined line is there. So we have to find out the intensity of UDL. So the formula is change in shear force between 2 points. So change in shear force is, the first shear force is 11.5 minus 7.5 whole divided by distance in which change is taking. So that change is taking place over the distance of 2 meters. So 11.5 minus 7.5 divided by 2 is nothing but it's a 2 kilonewton per meter is the intensity of UDL acting over the span of AC. So this is very important concept for calculating the value of loading intensity of UDL. It's a change in shear force between the 2 points divided by the distance in which the change is taking place. Now we have considered positive 11.5. Why positive 11.5? Because it is this 11.5, it is in the positive region, minus 3.5, it's a change divided by distance is 2 meters. Not it is 3.5, it is 7.5. Sorry, we have to consider span AC. So 11.5 minus 7.5 divided by 2, it will give you the value of loading intensity. So the loading intensity is 2 kilonewton meter. So this is the loading intensity acting over the span of AC, and at A we have reaction RA. Next one, again we have an inclined line between C to D. As there is inclined line between C to D, so it indicates that again you will observe intensity of UDL in case of loading diagram. So how to find out the intensity of UDL? Again, a difference in shear force, that is 7.5 minus 3.5 divided by the span between C to D is 1 meter. So 7.5 minus 3.5 divided by 1, it will give you 4 kilonewton per meter. So it's the intensity of UDL for a loading diagram. Next one, at point D, we have a sudden down from 3.5 to 2.5. As there is a vertical line in shear force diagram, so it indicates that either a reaction is acting at that point or a force, external force, is acting at that point. So how to find out the value, magnitude of that particular force? So at point D we have an vertical line, so it indicates that a reaction or a external point load is acting at that point. Now we are going to find out the magnitude of it. This 3.5, it is acting in the positive region because this is the positive region and this is the negative region. So this 3.5, it is acting in the positive region, therefore we have 3.5 plus F, because we have F is nothing but it's a magnitude of that particular reaction or that reaction or the external force. So we have minus, which is equal to 3.5 plus F, and that should be equal to 3.5 plus F is equal to minus 2.5. This is minus 2.5. Therefore we have to calculate the value of F. F is equal to minus 2.5 minus 3.5. It will give you minus 6. Minus 6, it indicates that it is that particular point load, it is acting in downward direction. So we have an external point load at point D, and that should be acting in downward direction. Remember that as at point D we have an vertical line. For the vertical line, either a reaction is acting over there or the point load is acting at that point. But how to calculate the magnitude of that particular load? It can be found out by using this formula. This 3.5 kilonewton, it is acting in positive part of the shear force diagram, therefore it is 3.5 plus F. F is nothing but it's a reaction or the external force, which is equal to minus 2.5, because this minus 2.5, it is acting in negative region, which is equal to minus 2.5. On solving for F, we have minus 2.5 minus 3.5, that is minus 6. As we have minus sign for the force, then it indicates that it is acting in downward direction. Again, from D to B we have an inclined line. As we have an inclined line for D to B, so it's a UDL, and the UDL intensity can be found out by a difference between shear force divided by the length. Now this 2.5, it is acting in negative part, therefore it is minus 2.5 minus, because it's a difference between shear force, 1 minute, minus 2.5, this minus 2.5 minus of 6.5 divided by span is 1 meter, because this 2.5, it is acting in negative region, therefore we have minus sign over here. The difference is minus, difference is nothing but it is the minus, and again for 6.5 we have minus sign, therefore it will become 4 kilonewton per meter. So the intensity of UDL is 4 kilonewton meter. And again you will observe a sudden rise at point B from 6.5. It is not a sudden rise, it's a drop from 6.5 to 0. So it indicates that a reaction at point B is acting in upward direction. So from those calculated value we have to draw this shear force. From the shear force diagram we have to draw the loading diagram. So this loading diagram is this one. RA, we have already found out the value of RA is 11.5 kilonewton. Intensity of UDL acting between A to C, it is 2 kilonewton per meter. Next one, from C to B we have, actually C to D we have inclined line, so it's a UDL. Again from D to B we have UDL, inclined line, therefore it is 4 kilonewton per meter. And at point D we have a point load acting in downward direction. So in this manner we have drawn a loading diagram from the shear force diagram. In the next lecture again we will discuss the concept of loading diagram from the shear force diagram and the concept of shear force diagram from the bending moment diagram. So we will stop here. Thank you.